Have you ever noticed that when life finally becomes peaceful, you don't always know how to enjoy it? Sometimes feel it can feel like strangely uncomfortable, and you may even start wondering if something is missing. And that's because your mind can become accustomed to emotional intensity. When you have lived through constant uncertainty, calm can feel unfamiliar. You start confusing intensity with meaning. You mistake anxiety for excitement. You mistake unpredictability for passion. You mistake emotional highs and lows for a life that actually feels alive. Chaos keeps your mind occupied. Peace asks you to simply exist and to be on your own. And being alone with your own thoughts can be harder than being distracted by problems. That's why some people unconsciously create problems when everything is going fine. Not because they want to suffer, but because suffering has become familiar. The human mind often prefers what it knows over what is actually good for it. Familiar doesn't always mean healthy. Sometimes what feels normal is simply what you have experienced the longest. Healing can feel boring because there is no crisis to solve, there is no problem to solve. But boring doesn't mean empty. Sometimes boring is simply what feels like safe. Peace doesn't give you the adrenaline that chaos does. It gives you something much quieter: stability. And stability can take time to appreciate. You don't have to constantly feel something intense for your life to have meaning. And not every chapter needs a plot twist. Some chapters are meant to be quiet. Maybe the life you are calling boring is actually the life your longer self or the younger self was desperately hoping for. It was someone you want to look up to, right? And don't destroy your peace simply because you have forgotten how to sit inside us. As Thich Nhat Hanh reminds us in pieces every step, that every step you take is actually peace. Sometimes the greatest sign of growth isn't that your life became more exciting, it's that you finally became comfortable with it being peaceful.